help me calm down from anxiety? Well, today I will, because I'm going to share with you 5 important reminders that when you remember any one of these 5, it will bring you back to a place of mental clarity, rational thinking, and becoming more than anxiety. Let's go. Friends, welcome to another important video on my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet to this channel, please do, and hit the bell for all the notifications for my upcoming Wednesday videos and my Sunday vlogs about life after anxiety. I know many of you are enjoying those. As well, if you want to learn more about any of my anxiety recovery programs, click right here. And it's about this statement today. It's a statement. Help me calm down from anxiety. Well, I want to share with you a couple of important reminders that, when you remember these things, it will bring you back to a place of looking at the anxiety from a different perspective. Because when you're in a fight or flight response, when you're in that frantic place, in mind, body, emotional state, it becomes very, very difficult to see things the way they are. Because now you are under the influence of anxiety. You are under the influence of a dysregulated nervous system. There is no balance within you in mind and body. So we need some reminders, and today I'm going to share those with you, my friend, okay? The first reminder to calm you down from anxiety is this. Even though it feels like you don't have a choice with anxiety, you always do, okay? Now, this is something that you may have heard before, but it's worth reminding you of again. Because when we become fixated on the catastrophic ending to a potential internal or external issue, then we don't remember that we have a choice in relation to how we deal with what it is we're feeling, okay? How we deal with the symptom that's still there or a new symptom that popped up. How we deal with this negative emotional state, okay? You always, always, always have a choice, okay? But the problem here is that so many people suffering from anxiety sometimes know that they have a choice, but they don't feel courageous enough because making a different choice makes them feel like there's a certain degree of uncertainty in the result. So yes, I do have a choice and I can do something different. I can perceive this differently, but if I do, something may go wrong. The symptom might get worse. The feelings may get worse. The worst possible ending may come true. Now remember, this is a very clever defensive mechanism coming from your lower self, your inner child. So do not fall for that perception. Instead, put your heart and your emotional investment into the idea that I do have a choice. I have a choice. I'm the one right now that is the captain of this ship, this entire organism. The way I respond to life, the way I respond to my symptoms, the way I respond to any particular time in the day, I am the captain. My conscious self, my higher self is the captain of this ship. No longer am I led here and there by my unconsciousness, by my lower self. You always have a choice, my friends. Number 2 reminder is what you did last time in response to anxiety doesn't have to be what you do this time, okay? Yes, the system will look at what you did last time and pull you into that reaction again. That is a normal way of going about our day so that we don't have to consciously focus on every little particular situation that we encounter and make a new decision. However, understand that again, this goes hand in hand with number 1. you can do something different in those very moments of feeling anxious. Now, you can do something, or you don't have to do anything at all. Remember, look at what's on this particular t-shirt here. Surrender, okay? So much of the spine of this particular YouTube channel is about feeling what it is you're feeling, which we're going to talk about later. And understanding that any kind of anxiety symptom, any kind of feeling of catastrophe that may show up in the future is all based on a program running in your subconscious mind. Remember, it's just a program, it's not reality, okay? So remember, you don't have to do the same thing you did last time in response to the anxiety that you're feeling now. Okay, very, very powerful, right? Now we're taking a stand, right? Number 3 is, as much as worry over something may feel like a safety net, it just makes a perceived threat feel more real in mind and body. So often when we live unconsciously, and when we live by the continued belief systems of our parents from the past, authority figures, and traumas that we experienced when we were children, we tend to believe that worry is some sort of a safety net. The more I worry about something, the better chance that the outcome will be in line with what I want it to be. Now, this may have come from your mother, and maybe you didn't adopt the exact thoughts of your mother, but you did mirror your mother in terms of how you respond to challenges, external, internal. So you find yourself worrying for seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, even years. Some people, experienced something years ago and they're still worried based on that experience in relation to what may show up in the future. So worry may feel like a safety net, my friends, but remember that it just makes a perceived threat feel more real than what it really is. Woo, that's a more than anxiety moment right there. Now, if you can tap into that today, it's gonna change your life, okay? So we can start to look at worry from a different perspective because worry takes up a lot of emotional investment. Right? We become very invested in worry. Therefore, we become very invested in a future that is not yet here. When we place our emotional investment back into the present, where what's going on around me? What am I feeling right now? What symptom am I experiencing? Why am I experiencing this? When we start to become more in tune with what's taking place in the present on the inside and the outside, what tends to happen is we become more aligned. There's a key word, alignment. We become more aligned with trust, with unconditional love, and safety. We feel safe, right? But if you're always falling for that reaction of, I have to worry about this because that's just the way I function, that's the way I go about these types of situations, then your alignment is in line with irrational fear, with doubt, with not trusting in the unfolding of life. And if you are aligned here instead of up here, then you are allowing others to guide you. You are allowing your past to dictate what your future looks like. Now you're no longer in creative mode based on your higher self making the decisions, but you are in protective mode, right? Always bracing for the next potential threat. What's going to happen next? I have to be ready. Is this going the way I want? I'm walking into a cafe. Is everybody sitting in particular areas? Okay, they're not too close to me, so that's good. How loud is it? What are the colors in this particular environment? Put all that aside. That's the old you. That's the unconscious you. That's your lower self. Your higher self walks into that cafe with confidence and understanding that you are unconditional love for yourself and everything going on around you. That is who you really are. You are loving awareness. You are not reactiveness. You are not a worrywart. You are loving awareness. Things are happening around you. Things are happening within you. And you are aware, lovingly aware of what's taking place. That is being aligned with your higher self. That is how you start to turn the volume down of all that irrational fear in mind and body. Huge moment. Number 4. This one's huge. You can leave anxiety alone. Now, a lot of people need to hear this message because we live in a world where we feel like we always have to be reactive to what's taking place around us and within us, right? Oh, something happened on the news? Reactiveness. I've got to comment because this is what I believe in. Now, anger is being fueled with anger, and now we're living in a world, if this continues, we're living in a world where we don't trust one another. We're living in a world where we have to tippy-toe around one another. We cannot be this way if we want to change the direction of humanity. Right now, there is everybody's going through anxiety to some degree, okay? And it's up to you and it's up to me to continue to focus on our own personal healing journey so that we can affect others consciously and unconsciously. So you can leave anxiety alone, right? Anxiety may show up in the form of strengthened feelings and emotions. It may show up in the form of sensations and symptoms. It may show up in the form of intrusive ideas, repeated ideas. It may show up in many different forms. And you can leave those things alone, trusting that when you do leave them alone, it's not that you're leaving them to themselves. You are acknowledging the element of anxiety, yes. You are appreciating it for the message. And just by leaving it alone, not distracting from it, not going to your phone or turning the volume up in your car to listen to the music louder. No, none of that. You are acknowledging it and you are showing compassion towards the perception that comes with the anxiety. Ooh, powerful, right? When your anxiety feels listened to, when your anxiety feels acknowledged, when you start to gain the underlying emotional lesson from the anxiety, that's when it starts to heal itself. That's when it starts to go, there is no longer a need to feel like we have to brace at every potential threat that we may encounter. The world is safe because this person's conscious response is that of acknowledgement and allowance, surrendering, right? So you can leave anxiety alone. Powerful. Someone needs to hear this today. Comment below if you are that someone. Finally, final message. It is completely safe to feel what it is you're feeling without giving in to the catastrophic idea that comes with the feeling many times, right? With every feeling comes an accompanying idea, right? X is going to go wrong. I have to protect from. Is this going to get worse? Why is my life like this? Why doesn't anybody understand me? Where is the support I need? All of these things come with a particular feeling in a particular part in the body. That's why when I work with people through the Health Anxiety University on a weekly basis, we focus on the body, somatic healing. We focus on the imagination, connecting with our lower selves. This is what we do in the Health Anxiety University every week. So it is completely safe to feel your sensation, to feel the symptom, to recognize the idea without being caught up in the web of that idea. right? An idea can come and go, and in fact, this is one of the most important skill sets that you must master. To be able to recognize something going on in the mind or the body, but not allow yourself or your unconsciousness to attach to what it is you're thinking or what you're feeling. Because that idea doesn't really mean that you're thinking. That's an unconscious idea that showed up based on past perceptions, based on core beliefs that you still hold at a deep level. That's not thinking, right? Consciously thinking is recognizing it, coming and going. Because now you're saying, I hear you, I get it, right? And as I've told so many people in the past, these elements of anxiety are not telling you what to do. They're asking you, what should we do? So, you are loving awareness. You are loving awareness. You are loving awareness. And you can feel what you're feeling. Nothing is going to go wrong. It's not going to go the way your unconsciousness thinks it's going to go, because you are the captain of your own ship starting today. So I hope this video empowered you, my friends, and inspired you to go, you know what? All these old unconscious patterns, I recognize them now, and I am gonna start reversing them. It really does start with pattern recognition if you have made the choice to become more than anxiety, my friends. Okay, I love you so very much. Comment on this video in relation to your biggest more than anxiety moment, and if you want to learn more about any of my anxiety recovery programs, the most straightforward path to true anxiety healing starting right now, click up here. I'll see you very, very soon. I love you. Bye-bye.